After crashes and several injuries, Austin's Parks and Recreation Department says that they are cracking down on motorized bikes and scooters.
You've probably seen them around town. In the last 2 months, the city has approved more than 2,000 permits for dockless bikes and scooters. KXAN's Alyssa Gord explains why the city says how they're using them has to change.
Well, obviously, there's been an increase in their numbers on the trail.
Glenn Neal has been a regular on the hike and bike trail for 25 years, and he noticed a difference in the last month.
The scooters are moving quickly. I mean, they're moving well beyond the speed of most bicycles, people walking and running.
The Parks and Recreation Department has noticed too.
Whether it's an e-bike or the scooters, they go anywhere from 15 miles an hour to 25 miles an hour. We've seen some incidences already of people, even the person using the scooter, getting injured as well as injuring someone.
For more than 20 years, motorized vehicles have not been allowed on city parkland. It's a rule they haven't had to enforce much until now, as they've seen a jump in scooters, especially on the hike and bike trail.
The city requires companies running these vehicles to tell users where they can't go, but not everyone may read the fine print.
And so we needed to make sure we communicated that sooner rather than later.
Which is why Parks and Rec is starting a campaign before anyone else gets hurt.
In fact, I've written to Parks and Recreation asking that they consider putting signs on the trail that indicate motorized vehicles are not allowed.
In the coming days, that's exactly what Parks and Rec plans to do. But Neal thinks that with so many newcomers to Austin, the city will have to double its outreach for the message to stick.
And enforcement is only part of the equation. The other part is education.
Alyssa Gord, KXAN News.
The Parks and Recreation Department says their rangers are patrolling for violations. After a warning, they say they'll get in touch with the Austin Police Department about repeat offenders. So far, no permits for companies operating the dockless vehicles have been revoked at this point. 311 started tracking dockless scooter and bike complaints in mid-June, and since then, they've had 7 service requests.
There are some rules that riders do agree to when they sign up to use a dockless scooter or a bike. That includes yielding to pedestrians on sidewalks, parking the scooters in an upright position and in designated areas, and staying on the right-of-way. That means avoiding private property, parkland, state-owned land, or other unauthorized areas. Ride-sharing company Uber is getting in on the dockless craze. They're launching an electric bike service in Austin called Jump. You can access those bikes using the Uber and Jump mobile apps.